Yo, you already know what it is. It's another edition of the best podcast you never heard of, The Conceited Nobody. This is episode 182. You already know who I am. This is Notorious, a.k.a. Dark Skin Thanos, a.k.a. Heartthrob Harrison, a.k.a. Fan Effects, a.k.a. a bunch of, matter of fact, Mr. Ugly Handsome. My beard coming back in. Last week I was just, I had the heartthrob shit going on, the beard coming back in. I've been trying to figure it out, man. I'll be getting these patches and shit. I'll be blaming my girl for that shit.
You are looking slim. I will give you that.
Just say yes. He's regularly handsome, man. Don't be
bashful.
But look though, we are definitely back in the house. Sans the other two guys. First off, before I introduce my esteemed, man, I was about to say shit I didn't want to say.
With your esteemed co-host?
My esteemed colleague.
Oh, that's
hold
right.
on. You know why I want to say it though? Because when me and my brother had our boy running my trap shit, that's what I used to say about him.
Oh.
So I feel fucked up. I can't get that moniker to nobody else. But the coolest motherfucking wolf on concrete. I need to put some sauce in there when I introduce you. But shout out to Juvie and Jason. I hate the fact that I'm the only non-J. That's what made me stand out. These niggas is the Temptations. These niggas, I'm the only nigga without a J.
Always got to be one. It's got to be different.
Hey, they call me David Ruffin or Eddie King Jr.
Man, before we do this introduction real quick, can I just say one thing? Every time I come here to film this podcast, the hallway smell like fried chicken and reefer. Like, do they fry chicken and smoke reefer every Tuesday?
I think they make the chicken smoke reefer.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, man. It's crazy because when I first moved here, I used to say it stink out there. And I used to, like, it didn't smell like weed to me, but that's what everybody was saying. It smelled like reefer water. Yeah.
Reefer and chicken, which I ain't mad at it because
one day it smelled like some shit that wasn't edible. Some shit that should nobody fucking inhale. But that's some deep shit. Jason is in Chicago. Shout out to Jason. He out in Chicago handling his business.
Shout out to Mr. Nigga Punch.
Can't hold on, nigga. Just for that nigga, man. Let's hit him with some sauce. And Juvie is MIA. Yeah. Juvie said that he would possibly be getting here late. I hope he don't come now just because the camera angle I got said I had to stop the fucking show and shit.
Man, we just be all crushed up on this couch like Mexicans.
You know what? He got to sit in the middle like Daisy Duke. He got to do that. But y'all hear the man in here kicking it with me. The wolf on concrete, Jeremy.
Yep.
I should have said something more than that.
That's okay, man. I've been working on this little intro. It can't be cool as Jason's though, but I'm gonna just say that
stop living comparatively.
That's right. I'm just saying. Yeah.
It's incredible.
I'm good from the White House to the Trap House and everywhere in between. Cause it's motherfucking wolf on concrete, if you know what I mean. Just trying to get to the bag, baby.
And is that your shit, like permanently?
Yep, White House to the Trap House.
And there it is, you know what I'm saying? Obama from Hawaii to DC.
That's right, man.
Real quick before we go on, Obama one of your Chiracians, right?
You know what's crazy?
Cause do y'all claim him?
Real shit, man. I never heard of Obama prior to like his ascension. Like you hear of other aldermen, senators. Obama kind of came out of nowhere, and I'm not one of the people who believe in like plants.
You don't believe in plants?
It's like I do, but I don't.
So do you believe in COINTELPRO?
Yeah.
So if you believe that a plant can be in that situation, then why not?
Okay, so I don't like to give credence to like plants, but just being in Chicago my entire life and like never hearing of like Barack Obama until like it was time for you to hear about him. I'm like, where homie been hiding at, man? Where has he been at?
What was he in Illinois?
He was the senator. Yeah.
What year was he? I had to look it up real quick.
It was like right before he ran for president, like that term, like right before that, because he sold his seat. I mean, he didn't sell his seat, but the governor like helped sell the seat or something, because that governor wound up going to jail. And I was like, man, that's crazy. So I mean, the man appeared to come out of like nowhere, which
his meteoric rise.
Yeah, like I always tell people, when Barack became the president, I was like, yo, that's dope. Visually, that like my kids could see a black person attain this level of power.
But he was part of the Senate from '97 to 2004.
Like I just didn't recall hearing about him though. Like I remember. Okay, so the senator that I remember hearing about, Senator Carol Mosley Brown. because her brother was my mama's partner on the force. So I remember hearing about her, and I remember hearing about this other guy named, God, he was Dick Durbin or something.
And it's funny because that name ring a bell with me.
So I'm like I can remember somebody as random as Dick Durbin, but I don't remember a Barack.
Because it's just something about you and dicks. Moving on. No,
but what I'm saying though is, man, like when Trump became president, at that point I felt that my kids could one day become president. You can attain enough money in this world that you can be like, you know what, fuck it.
Why you feel like that?
Because like Trump didn't come from the game. He didn't go to the right schools. He didn't say the right things. He wasn't cut from the presidential cloth.
What was Ronald Reagan?
Like somebody who he attained the head of the Screen Actors Guild,
but he
and
was
then
an
became
actor.
but he joined the union and he attained some level of power. Then he became the governor before the president. He just wasn't a nigga on TV who was like, you know what, I think I could do that job better.
And I'm really just asking questions, playing quote unquote devil's advocate, because I was wrong in my ideology. I said that if Trump became president, that they was just gonna put a monkey in there. Because I felt the same way. I said, oh, they just bullshit. They just playing games. You know what I'm saying? At this point, and what it is, it's like games play in here, what they say, in plain sight. You know what I'm saying? So it did become that the shenanigans, if you want to use that word, part of it. And it's even while it's not something as egregious as a monkey, Joe Biden is very incompetent.
Yes.
And he
fell asleep at the climate control meeting.
It's like he ain't got no sauce. Like he don't know what the fuck going on. If there's ever been a puppet, which I believe every president is a puppet, I think that Joe Biden is one of the most obvious ones that they could have put in office. I brought up Barack Obama, man, because I was telling my homeboy Chris, shout out to Chris, that Obama was a homosexual. I've been saying this since 08 or whatever the fuck. And it leads to my belief because Kal Penn came out as a homosexual. Did you see that?
Okay, so about Kal Penn.
Hey, I'm never defending him.
No, it ain't about defending. But was he ever in the closet though? Who looked at Kal Penn and was like, yo, Kal got all the bitches?
And with that said, why would I always thought it was weird that Barack Obama was hanging out with him, giving him fake titles and fake, you know what I'm saying? Like I told him, man, Barry and Michael, as he once called Michelle, there was some strange shit down there. But what's been going on with you, man? We ain't got the important people recap, and not to take away from me and you, but Javar and Jason do be having a little bit more to do than me and you during the week. Yeah. And so just to add us back to a place of prominence, I've titled this Jeremy and I.
Yep.
Episode 182, Jeremy and I.
The blue collar episode.
And I use my perfect
work regular jobs.
Regular ass, no frills niggas. You know what I'm saying? The darker of the four.
Real talk, I think the world need more people like us, man. Because everybody want to be a celebrity or do something celebratory. And that we definitely not referring to our colleagues. No, I'm just saying
they're out there getting busy, but
yeah.
I definitely it's funny because one of my buddies was talking earlier this week, and I always reiterate and I make the statement that the era of superstars is over. I say as far as like the NBA go, the LeBron James, that was the last class of superstars for basketball. There's no more baseball superstars.
Yeah, they don't even market basketball stars like
that. But and what it is because everything's become so common. Like everybody, like you said, everybody. Right now, something weird can happen. You can go outside and become a fucking superstar on the internet.
Overnight.
When they brought Welvin to Indianapolis to have him walk through, and niggas was really paying to see these nuts got it. What he say?
Got him.
When I saw Welvin become a superstar, I said, okay, I'm gonna rethink this thing I've been trying to attain for the last 4 or 5 years. I've never really wanted to have that. You know what I'm saying? It's enticing because at some level we all want, and I got it confused. Like I thought I wanted fame, but I wanted respect and recognition for talent. You know what I'm saying? For my ability to do particular things and stuff. But when I seen it's like I had never looked at fame like a whore. Like a slut bucket. You know what I'm saying? I never looked at fame like that. But when everybody started fucking it just wasn't as appealing as it was. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like a woman. Like when you young, you want this, you want that, and once you see everybody else going for the same thing, you dial back and you like, you know what, maybe as a person who like to think of this as an independent thinker or as an individual, I just don't understand that fame shit.
I like to think that I got like a magnetic, like center of attention kind of personality, but inside, like I always just wanted to be like, I wanted to be what the fuck was the guy in Scarface? Sosa.
Low key.
Yeah, cause like
shot caller.
Yeah, like I just want to be like behind the scenes. I tell my kids like, I'm like, yo, you can be a rapper, but you know it's engineers out there getting paid, and they can walk through the mall and they ain't got to worry about somebody trying to snatch their chain, cause you don't get no points for just, cause like you under the radar. Right. An assistant NBA coach still get a ring. You still get a championship ring. Like, a coach get a ring. Like, you ain't got to be...
Would you rather be Mark Manson or Kobe Bryant?
See, there you go. Yes, like, man.
Would you rather be Mark Manson or Kobe Bryant?
I'd rather be Mark, man. Kobe got a cool life, but...
Used to.
Oh, yeah, he used to have a cool life. But, like, man, you can just move through this world. Like, man, I think one of the truest bars I ever heard was Royce the 5'9" in the freestyle said... I can't quote it verbatim, but it was something like, y'all dying to be seen. I'm grinding to be hidden or something like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I was like, damn, that's cold, man. Like Royce the 5'9", life is so much easier in Detroit than Eminem. Like his house may not be as big, but his house is big enough for him, I bet.
I mean, you mean like relative to like people running up to him type shit?
Yeah, like he can just maneuver through the mall. He can go out. He can. Randy Jackson's life was easier than Michael's. Like, I wouldn't even want to be that level of famous. Like, you know who got a cool life? James Jones. I think that was him, right? That LeBron boy got all the rings with LeBron. Everywhere LeBron went, James came.
He executive in Phoenix now.
See? Boom. Got the rings, got the money, executive, can go to the mall and buy a pair of shoes.
And that's how come, like, I like a person like Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah,
and he's the prime example that it's not just superstar. Like superstars have to be famous. You know what I'm saying? He's famous as a basketball player, as was Tim Duncan. It might be some Tony Parker,
the big unit.
Ginobili. You know what I'm saying? It could be that particular culture, but they never went out their way to be celebrities. So I mean, I totally identify with it. But back to what I'm saying, man, was Obama fucking Kal Penn. Don't get off subject, nigga. Don't do that. That's neither here nor there. I was just bringing that up and shit. I hate that it's news. We're gonna run through some weekend news,
you probably
man.
Gonna get audited on your taxes. Just throw it out there, man. Like
they gonna be so disappointed what they get or don't get. They gonna be so fucking disappointed. I think last week you touched up on Alpo. Did he come up somewhere in this? Alpo Martinez, former quote unquote drug kingpin, made famous on a worldwide level from being portrayed in some regards as what was his name on the Paid in Full?
Rico.
Played
by Cameron.
By Cameron, which Cameron did a fantastic job, as far as what we know, because we never heard the nigga really talk. Or he was a mythical figure. It just speaks to the degeneracy of our people, where we highlight or look at people like they something special, they killers and drug dealers. More importantly, if they snitches.
Yeah.
Alpo, he was a person who came up in Harlem, New York. It's crazy because if you were, like, I was watching the documentary done by AZ.
Yeah, I seen that one.
I forgot what it was called. Game Over, maybe?
Yep, that's it.
And they highlight where they talk about how Alpo started off as like a good kid. Camping trips and all that shit, but the streets got him. When the streets got him, they never let him go. He's part of the triumvirate. I can't remember how to pronounce it, but I learned about it when it's talking about Julius Caesar, Gaius, Cassius, and Brutus, I believe. Well, it might not have been Brutus. Brutus is his homie. Why can't? Well, die Caesar. Niggas don't know, man. I used to be up on that shit so tough. Shout out to Julius Caesar, one of the best friends, countrymen, Romans, Lemiers. But back to Alpo. He became famous with Richard Porter, AZ, with an AZ face on.
Yep.
And he himself, they was out there hustling and shit. He had the shit where he killed his own buddy over what they said was a drug deal, or he felt like he was getting over and somehow he killed his buddy. And their story was documented in the Dame Dash Rockefeller Films produced, paid in full. He went on to become a snitch. A tough snitch is what they call people like that. He allegedly claimed he never snitched on anyone from Harlem, but he did do damage in Washington, D.C. He turned the Chocolate City upside down.
Yep.
He was running with the killer, what's his name?
Wayne Perry.
Wayne Perry. Shout out to Wayne Perry, alleged homosexual now. Bonafide fucking killer. He was a fucking killer who man, listen. You throwing me off because you texted. I'm looking at you for confirmation and help.
I'm trying to. I'm about to go live.
Alpo went down there, nigga. Listen, we are live. See that?
I'm just talking about Facebook.
Alpo went down there. DC was hustling and shit. Got caught up some bullshit. Snitched. Went to the federal witness protection program. He was recently released. I don't know exactly when, but he got released and he was walking around Harlem and shit like he hadn't. Look at that shit. Like he hadn't told on anyone. Like he wasn't responsible for a death of a beloved, quote unquote, street nigga. The chickens came home to roost.
Yes,
I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know the details, but he got lit up. I should pull up an article, but he's not worthy of an article.
Nope.
He was a killer snitch, and he got lit up. 52, I'm going to tell you, man, if I get to 52 years old, I'm not out the woods and shit. If I'm out here getting killed, if I get shot up at 52, man, I fucked up.
Man, I always say you should never celebrate when somebody died, but sometimes you have to. And
you celebrate?
Yeah, because I mean, it let me know that the streets still got some semblance to it. Like, because I think the scariest thing in these streets is a hardcore killer snitch.
That shit is frightening.
Because I mean, it's
that
like
shit is frightening.
you gotta be afraid of him murdering you and put the cops on you. That's just too much. You can't murder somebody. Huh?
What are talking about?
Oh, he ain't telling on?
Yeah.
Shit getting real, man.
Yeah. That is not telling.
Oh, okay. Man, look. Man say pills, I'm handing him the pills. But, like, I just can't see myself. You can't be a killer and a snitch, man. Pick a side. So, like, I can't be afraid that you're going to kill me, and if I kill, like, your mama, you're going to call the cops on me.
Can you imagine how many people are killer snitches?
It's too many of them.
I mean, like, the people who don't get outed or whatever, who don't that's crazy to me.
That is so unfair. You can't play the game of life like that, man. Like, pick a role, man. So, chickens did come home to roost. I'm glad you quoted that Malcolm X line about
communicated.
Now they got to get 6ix9ine out of the way, man. My thing is, the streets ain't for everybody. That's why they got sidewalks. Stay on the sidewalk, man. Like, you ain't.
6ix9ine a plant.
Is he a plant? He came out of nowhere too, but he told, so they got to get him together, man. Cause look, and I would say the same thing, even if it was like one of my kids or something. Like, son,
you would say what? You advocate your son getting shut up?
No, I advocate him not telling. Like, if anything, I might, to be real, I would be like, you know what?
How old is your youngest son?
14.
If he was with his buddy and his buddy shot somebody and your son was facing life in prison because what his buddy did, if he didn't tell, you would advocate him not telling?
Yes, I'd be like, bro, don't tell.
You want your 14-year-old son to go to jail for the rest of his life?
I don't want to tell, man.
Hold on. Would you rather be visiting city commissary and just pay phone calls?
We would try to fight that. We would get the best lawyer that we can. A good lawyer is going to fight that, man. Look.
Okay, listen, we going to the absolute worst case scenarios. He's going to get life. There's no way around it unless he tells. Would you advocate your son be tough?
He going to get out on appeal, baby.
Oh, great father. Great
man,
father.
Look, I'm not telling. His daddy ain't telling.
I just throw it in his face every time. Go cut the yard. I don't feel like it. You snitch ass son. I do shit like that, but I'm not going. And I'm so far removed from even the semblance of a street life that I feel like if you doing the crime and shit, you should always do the time or whatever, unless you can. I don't believe in that snitching shit, but it's different when you look at somebody you care about. Me personally, I'm not gonna snitch, but if it's
so you gonna tell your daughter like, baby, just go ahead and tell everything.
Like, my daughter, we gonna tell together if it's my daughter. If it's my daughter and shit, anybody say something, I'm gonna have to
together.
No, you gotta say something. I'll be the tough one in the situation. She don't have to be strong.
Okay, play it like this. If my son is completely innocent and he in the wrong place at the right time. He don't have to live up to a code because he not living that life. But if my son out here doing shit and he doing dirt and he get caught up at the wrong place, you play the wrong game, so you got to take the hand that you dealt. Now, on the same token, if my son, the type of person who find a bag of money, he like, that's not my money, let me turn that in. Then by all means tell, because you a taxpaying citizen, you doing right. Do your due diligence. So you just got to pick a side.
But I definitely get what you're saying. It's hard for me to be happy about a stranger dying. And the reason why I say that, because Alpo's life didn't affect mine in the least bit. I feel like this could be some new shit, what he got hit for, because I can't believe it was another 52-year-old out here still mad. If it ain't Richard's sister who did this shit, I don't respect
or any other people that he killed, or sons or nephews who got to grow up fatherless.
You are definitely right in that regard. Me, myself, I'm very romantic in the sense of I believe that the son should avenge his father.
He probably
That's
heard
why I'm
something
waiting
like
for
that
Kill
too.
Bill 3. I'm waiting for Vivica Fox character daughter to come back and get the bride. You know what I'm saying? I need that fucking revenge. I believe, listen.
But when the bride,
I believe in revenge.
Yeah, that would be a good film though. But real shit though, like they better like piece it out in the end. Like, yo, I understand. I understand.
Ain't no peace. Ain't no fucking peace.
Because your mama tried to kill me. Your mama tried to whack
This
me.
is the rules of engagement. I'm not here to fucking make you. I don't want to hear your excuse for killing my mama. I don't want to hear that shit. Like, nigga, let's go back. Somebody killed. No, I don't even want to use that. Somebody killed somebody you love. Are you gonna sit here and reason with the fucking excuse or the reasoning?
Man,
I'm not. Nah, I mean,
you know what?
Hold on, cause they on some war shit. If it's self-defense, yeah. If it's self-defense, it's gonna be a tough pill to fucking swallow. But if we out here and this is what we doing, I don't want no fucking excuse.
God forbid one of my kids go out and commit a crime, and in the commission of that crime, they murdered in self-defense for fucking with somebody else. Like, I was like, Now, if like a civilian do it, I may have to eat that. I would be mad. I would probably pray about it. But if it's like, yo, like he just beefing and somebody caught him first, then yeah, I would want to catch that person too, because I just know me.
Well, you want to hold court in the street, and we're gonna move on from this. Alpo's out here. Say, for instance, do you believe that if somebody kills somebody you love, that justice is them going to jail for the rest of their life?
No, I think in a fair society, the family should be able to choose the punishment.
And I'm not saying this on some tough shit or don't avoid shit, but I believe in holding court in the streets.
Yes.
I believe in being judge and jury in particular situations, and may the Most High ever prevent me from having to ever prove them when I was just sitting on the podcast talking. I don't ever want to be in position. You be like,
I don't want to hold court.
Nigga, handle your business. I don't want to ever hear a nigga tell me handle your business.
Man, I don't want to handle mine because it'd be so. I listened to a podcast the other day, and the guy said on there, man, he was like, anybody can pull a trigger. It take like less than like a pound and a half of pressure. He's like, it take a real man to walk away. When I was a kid, I swore Martin Luther King was like so soft. I'm like, man, I couldn't be.
Martin Luther King was super soft.
I'm like, I couldn't be turning the other
Super
cheek. But
soft.
now that I'm older, it takes so much.
Oh, I'll take better.
It take a certain like level of like elevated thinking to be like, you know what, I'm gonna be better than you. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't have it. Because if you kick me, I'm gonna punch you. If you punch me, I'm gonna stab you. I'm gonna always want to get one up because I'm like, it's 6 billion people in this world.
Do you really feel like the shit that Martin Luther King was on was admirable? Like, what? It's foolish. I mean, that was the most foolish ideology ever, to let somebody fucking just.
He could have went about it a better way. I think people should have.
He didn't go about it a better way. So we're gonna talk about what he did do. People will they will confuse with the Messiah who should say when he said if somebody hits you, turn the other cheek. He was being figurative. He's not talking like really let people just physically touch you like that. He was just saying if somebody offend you and stuff, don't worry about it. Give him a chance to offend you again. He was very violent. He went to the temple. He was turning over tables, smacking niggas with whips.
Malcolm X said, put him underneath the dirt.
Be kind, be courteous, be respectful. Anybody put their hands on you, put them under the yeah. But with regards to Martin Luther King, Martin Luther King was a plant. He was a frat boy who they knew that he was very charismatic and shit, and that's why a plant don't always know they're a plant. You know what I'm saying? Like they be pushing hard and stuff. Yeah, but that's how come they had Barry Rustin with him, who was handling him, who was feeding these ideologies and stuff, and he took the whole "don't be violent" shit from Gandhi. You know what I'm saying?
See that?
So, and he said that once he was used, I fear I've integrated my people into a burning house. He knew he fucked up, and if you ever get a chance, I can't remember the name of the book, but I'm gonna send it to you. You gotta start fucking with audio books on Audible. It's a book that details. It's a book that details the assassination of King. And listen, when I read it, it's by a lawyer who is cool with. When I listened to it, I lied and said read. When I listened to it, it changed about 95% of my opinion about Martin Luther King. The way they did Martin Luther King was some of the saddest shit I have ever heard in my life, and it pained me to see what happened. Like, he was set up by so many people that he trusted. It was and it was like they would meet like a mafia people, somebody in the Memphis Mafia, KKK member, and like a black preacher. They all was together in this plot to kill King, and it's crazy as fuck. I mean, it's fucked up. And of course, Lee Harvey Oswald, was that him? No, James Earl Ray.
Yeah,
they're so close. James Earl Ray, he was a patsy. He didn't do shit. Moving on, Jay-Z. I wasn't gonna say Jay-Z, but it's disrespectful not to mention James Todd.
That's right. Ladies love Cool James.
Is his name James Todd?
Yeah, James Todd Smith.
That's right. They both were inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. First off, fuck the Hall of Fame. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on the merit of they feel like they let niggas in. Like, niggas didn't start rock and roll.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Chuck Berry and whoever else. But in Little Richard,
Muddy Waters.
Yeah, he was blues, man.
I mean, according to that movie, like, the Beatles heard that and was like, "Yo, man, we didn't know that was the Stones."
Yeah. But Jay-Z and LL Cool J was inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I don't like that place, but it was an accomplishment for them, and that's okay.
It's kind of like bogus though, because that's kind of like you putting LeBron and Mike in the same Hall of Fame class, because it's like generations between them. Like, LL Cool J should have been in. He should have been in. LL Cool J was like the first rap megastar.
If you want to, I mean, who's had the bigger impact on hip hop?
I mean, they both had a big impact.
Who had the bigger one?
See, because you gotta look that LL Cool J had an undeniable run when hip hop was in its infancy.
But I'm saying, like, I'm not saying get this clear. I'm not saying he didn't have an impact, but what was his impact?
He the one that, like, he made it cool for like rappers to like start playing in movies and rappers to transition from hip hop to acting.
I'll say in hip hop.
Okay, he was the all around MC. Like, he made street records. He made
hold on. Let me go ahead. His impact, and Jay-Z alluded to it in his speech, that he made it cool for hard niggas to be soft. And what I mean by that I wasn't, and I think that his I Need Love record made it possible for Song Cry.
Sometimes I sit in my room and I stare at the wall.
But I think that that made it, you know what I'm saying, like that. But when you say people who should have been in there, do you think that LL should have been in before Rakim? If you gonna go compare and shit, like, who should have been? Because Rakim's not in there.
Yeah, because
You think LL should have been there before Rakim or KRS-One?
Man, for one, what LL did to Kool Moe D, what he did to Ice-T, what he did to, like...
You talking about battles. I'm talking about, like, impact, like, far as...
Because his career had no major hiccups. His career for, like, he had a good 15-year run where he was like
had hiccups.
top 5.
That Walk Like a Panther was some shit.
Okay, then he immediately came back when Mama said knock you out.
Let me say this, though. Because I don't want to feel like I'm arguing for the sake of argument. So, you know what? I ain't going to say too much. Because his run was fucking incredible.
Yeah, because Rakim had like one of them Brandon Roy runs where his potential was so great, but it was so short. He just didn't live up to it.
But the thing is, I wouldn't even say Brandon Roy. I would say a Terrell Davis. I would say a Terrell Davis when Brandon Roy was never an MVP. He was never the best player in the league. You know
yeah,
what
he
I'm
just
saying?
had the potential.
Rakim was the best player. He was an MVP. His peak is very Terrell Davis, 1996, 97, 98-ish. That kind of shit. But back to LL and Jay-Z, they both got in. I didn't even hear LL speech, did you?
No, I didn't.
My favorite LL song ever could be, it might be the I Need Love. That shit, I was a little nigga listening to that shit like, I'm gonna say this when I get to school.
Man, I
I
I'm
was
bad.
like that. You like what?
I'm bad.
And then that, I mean, I'm really on some bullshit because you can't just pick one that fast. But I'm bad. The Jack the Ripper, the Mama Said Knock You Out.
I remember sitting out when he came back with 4-3-2-1.
I remember sitting on the sixth grade field trip. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers who was cooler than me knew all the words to that shit. And I'm over here. I only knew Mama Said Knock You Out. That's the only part I fucking knew. And that was just cooler to me because they knew the whole song. Shout out to LL Cool J. And then he went to the 90s and shit where he made another change to doing it. No, yep. I'm talking about the doing this shit. That
Hey Lover with Boys and Men.
Yeah, he killed it, man. It's a wrap now, but he had a hell of a run
and he transitioned to a great actor.
He transitioned to an actor.
I mean, he was great for like his little TV show, man.
He transitioned to an actor.
Oh, man, we not gonna act like that TV show with Debbie Allen wasn't decent, man.
We won't say great. It was a decent show, but he's never been a great actor.
Without LL Cool J, it may not be a lane for Will Smith.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that? What did LL do to get Will Smith on the Fresh Prince?
Crush Groove. LL had that scene.
No.
Stole the scene.
No. But that was a rapper movie. It was full of rappers.
Okay, all right.
Hold on. It was full of rappers.
Okay. All right. After that, he did the movie with what's the old boy that played the casino, James Woods.
What was the movie?
It was him and Michael J. Fox. LL Cool J that played in that.
What was the movie?
And that's like way before Will Smith was acting. All right, so and LL Cool J never took a questionable role. Like Will Smith took 6 degrees separation.
He wasn't questionable as who he is.
I'm just saying, which we do see now because we see the way Jada Pinkett be blatantly disrespecting William.
Ice-T was in movies before Will Smith, before LL.
Yeah, he was in Breaking.
He was in Color too.
Huh?
He was in Colors too. Yeah, he was
I don't remember him in Colors, man.
He had the song.
Yeah, he had the song. I don't remember him though. But Colors is a classic movie.
Is it?
Hell yeah. Rocket, we about to kill us some cribs. Yes.
But shout out to LL. He definitely.
Yeah, shout out to LL.
He definitely paved the way for a lot of people. Jay-Z, to me, arguably the greatest rapper of all time. I'll say arguably. Tupac is my greatest rapper, my favorite ever. But if I was to go number 2, it would be Jay-Z. And if somebody said number 1, I wouldn't have an argument against it. Based on you talk about being relevant forever. Jay-Z he hasn't just been relevant in music, but he's always been a factor during his relevancy. Yeah. Jay-Z put out a verse right now, it's gonna be hard. If Jay-Z, his from Reasonable Doubt classic should have went triple.
See, man.
But
people really wasn't rocking with Jay-Z on Reasonable Doubt.
I don't give a fuck what people was rocking with. Most classic albums people wasn't rocking with.
Just saying.
Hold on.
He ain't even had the best bar on that album.
You get the fuck out of here.
Biggie had the best bar.
You get the fuck out.
Biggie said,
"No more Big Willie, my game is grown. Prefer you call me William." That is a hip hop classic bar.
Man,
no more Big Willie, my game is grown. Prefer you call me William. Ain't no shit harder
Biggie
than
said
that shit.
Niggas gotta be sleeveless if they want to bear arms.
I don't give a fuck.
That's the hardest line
No more
ever.
Big Willie, my game is grown. Prefer you call me William. And that first verse, first off, that first verse on Can I Live is ridiculous.
I mean, Jay is nice.
I'll keep it open like CBS. Come on, man. If you want to talk,
we're not going to act like Jay-Z has been super popping from the beginning.
I'm not talking popularity and pop. I'm talking about quality of fucking music.
Them beats wasn't popping me at first.
Them beats was hard than a bitch for the air. The only thing that you can listen to Reasonable Doubt now, and it's probably because I haven't heard a remastered version, but the mastering ain't that good. But if you sit here and compare Reasonable Doubt versus every only person to me who can argue against Jay-Z for a debut is Illmatic.
What?
Who else?
Fucking DMX is Dark and Hell is Hot.
That's nowhere
That is
near-
the album
no,
that I
no,
still
no,
play
no,
occasionally.
it is not like those two albums. It is not like those two albums. What's the hardest bar on there? Come on, man. And I fuck with DMX, so don't disrespect DMX, but Illmatic and Reasonable Doubt. What'd you say?
I understand that's your kid's daddy. Send him on his way that long black caddy. But we not gonna act like that wasn't a super hard album.
That's some relatable shit.
Yeah, it was a super hard
He said, I
album.
won't send it on the strength of you. That's your daddy. Won't send it on the daddy. But that shit, it is not fucking with Reasonable Doubt or Illmatic. Illmatic is the only debut album I could think of off top that I'm gonna say no. Ain't nothing fucking with that because that fucking Regrets. That motherfucking Dead
Illmatic
Presidents.
is decent.
Illmatic is fucking incredible.
Yeah, I would play that over Reasonable Doubt.
And I wouldn't argue against that. I would just say I wouldn't.
But I mean,
Man, fuck
we just
that.
talking about group albums.
No, fuck
As
that.
hell,
Fuck
like-
that. You go to the fucking track list on Reasonable Doubt and
Would you rather play Reasonable Doubt or Southern Playalistic Cadillac Funky Music?
Reasonable Doubt. And I fucks with Outkast.
horrible.
It's horrible.
Yeah, because Southern Playalistic
Okay, hold on. This how we're
Cadillac.
this how we gonna do this real quick. Just for the sake of your argument, I'm gonna ask you to do this. Name 5 songs on Southern Playalistic Cadillac Funky Music. 5 songs.
Oh,
Give me
shit.
5 fucking songs. That's what we do with classics.
Okay, man, hold on. Let me think. Fuck.
Even if it ain't sunny, I ain't complaining. I'm in the bar, ain't doing the buck 40. Hydroplaning. Come
Players
on,
Ball.
man.
Hold on, Players Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Southern Playalistic Cadillac
Mhm.
Funky Music. Fuck was that song called? Herb something.
Crumbling Herb.
Yeah, Crumbling Herb.
Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. That shit. Get up, get out, get
Yep,
something.
get up, get out.
I can name this shit.
Spend all your
'cause
life
I fuck with
I
them.
just quoted that on my morning motivation
This the
day.
thing. This the thing. With motivational speaker.
Yeah.
Only argument I'm taking is Illmatic. Me personally, only thing I'm taking. Because you can go on this bitch, can't knock the hustle. That Brooklyn Finest, which you just alluded to. The Dead President.
Fucking Biggie.
Feeling
Biggie
it.
album is
Hold
better
on,
than
hold on,
Nas and
hold on.
Jay-Z.
No, it ain't.
Yes.
That Ready to Die is
Man, Ready to Die is one of the hardest rap albums ever.
Jay-Z is in that motherfucking Hall of Fame.
Now ask me to name 5 songs off Ready to Die.
Name 5 songs.
Cause you got the What?
Name 5 songs.
Warning, Big Papa, Juicy. Let me see. I used to throw shields on my dick.
That's the What?
Oh, that's the What? Okay. Hold on. Let me.
The
fucking outro.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Respect.
Yeah.
The shit's hard, and it can be in the conversation. And I hate to say this, but you jog my motherfucking memory. You jog my motherfucking memory. But just me on some personal shit, being that Jay-Z to me is arguably the best
And
rapper
them beats
ever.
still fucking knocking too.
Especially that What.
Yeah. Method Man was in his bag.
Yeah, he's always good for a few
Ooh,
verses.
Biggie, let me jack it. I kick it in the back.
That's not the Method Man.
No, I'm just saying. There's a song where Biggie did the 2 voices.
Yeah, but
I used to think that was some hot
Jay-Z, he got in the midst of his induction, he shouted out Dame Dash. He gave him a brief shout out. Said that this shit couldn't have been possible without them, whatever. Which led to, and shout out to Jay-Z. He got what he deserved. He know how to command the crowd. He's very self-aware and shit. And for a person who's not a comedian, he has comedic time. Jay-Z, he like, I can understand why the Illuminati scooped him up.
That's why I think
get it.
Drake is like, so much better than like Jay-Z because he took Jay-Z formula and just tweaked it up a little bit.
I'm done talking about that shit. I don't want to hear no shit. Dame Dash when they responded said that nigga, that's just.
So wait, you telling me that Jay-Z didn't perfect the formula of finding like the next hot thing and just attaching his wave to it?
You know whose formula? Jay-Z didn't do that.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Hold on.
No, he didn't.
Man, look.
Jay-Z always determined cool. Drake follows cool. Jay-Z is a trendsetter. Drake has.
Oh.
Hold on. Jay-Z is a trendsetter. Drake has never set a trend. Never has he set a trend. Light-skinned niggas being out. Singing rappers being out. What the fuck trend? Mixed people being out. What the fuck trend has Drake set?
Let me tell you how Jay-Z follows the wave, okay?
No, 444 tells you. It shows you how you don't follow waves.
That's because he did an album. For one, do you think Jay-Z was a super fan of Juvenile to hear High and want to jump on that? He jumped on that because it was a hot thing to do. You think he was a fan Silk the Shocker, the Jump on Silk album.
They asked him to do that shit, nigga. He got on that fucking soundtrack.
Man, he wanted to be like,
no. First off,
that's
that's smart marketing. You trying to appeal to the down south crowd.
Okay, so that's what Drake does.
Drake dick rides. Drake be with Party Next Door. Drake, and then he get on there and sound like them. He take that whole fucking. He sound like the Migos when he with the Migos.
Like when he want to do something with Wayne.
That's his boy. Wayne found him and the Prince boy. But listen, I'm not gonna. Drake is a trend follower. Jay-Z, the trend setter. Jay-Z the one why you start wearing your button up with your Nike, with your Jordans, nigga.
Man, Game said we don't do button ups.
And that's why he's in the park fingering the bitch and licking his fingers. and he ducking and dodging that lawsuit. Don't bring up the game, nigga.
Saying,
the game want to be Jay-Z. All these rappers want to be fucking Jay-Z.
From like a business sense. But Jay-Z ain't never been like the
trend setter. Get the fuck out of here.
What? I told him. Man, you 36 in the karate class.
It was Taibo.
Okay.
Matter of fact, it was that Tai Chi.
Okay,
it was Tai Chi. He called it a Taibo ho, but it was Tai Chi.
I'm just saying.
But this the thing though, even Nas saying that you and Nas did the next year, sorry to him.
Yeah, I mean, because
so come on, don't talk. It don't make no motherfucking difference, nigga. After all this shit said and done, put your name on this contract and make your life better.
Man,
I'm gonna make you relevant.
Just because you great at something don't mean you cool. Nobody was
man.
Who was in the park like, I'm Karl Malone, baby, Malone. But he was a great basketball player.
So you say niggas, rappers ain't fucking look up to Jay-Z on some rap shit too?
Yes.
Get the fuck
if you a lyricist, you looked up to Jay-Z as like a rapper.
If you a rapper, nigga.
If you a lyricist.
You looked at him as a crew and shit with the crew they had with Rockefeller, nigga. They made niggas like we gotta get our own fucking labels.
Okay.
That motherfucker.
I said the business move.
I'm not, but it's still the cool.
Like
it's still hold on. When that nigga start wearing them Michelin S's, everybody start wearing Michelin S's.
Oh, no.
Get the fuck out of here.
No. Big boy from Outkast.
Nobody did it because he did it.
Oh,
nobody ever said nobody said I'm about to do this because Big Boy did it. Nobody ever referenced him for shit, man, except an underrated rapper. But listen, hold on. Then that nigga start saying that button up shit that get you grown and sexy on. Niggas start saying that shit because he fucking said that shit. Nigga, don't come at me with that shit.
Followers.
But that's what I'm saying. We talking about trendsetters. Yeah. Followers follow trends. Drake is a follower. Drake never tell me one trend Drake said.
I'm just talking about.
No, don't talk about it. You said that he did what Jay-Z did at a higher level. Yeah. What Jay-Z said trends? What trend did Drake say?
See,
none, nigga.
I will give you. He had helped usher like button ups in, if you want to call it that, or he did I'm gonna be a businessman. Like to me, that's my favorite Jay-Z bar where he said, "I'm not a businessman." Yeah, so like
kind of my business, damn.
But I'm just not gonna be like, yo, Jay-Z, the epitome of cool.
And what artists is he bringing out?
Who?
Drake.
Yeah. Okay, so Drake can give you the Drake effect and give you like the moment of cool for a minute.
But he does that to benefit himself.
Yeah, he does to benefit himself.
What R&B superstar did he marry?
I mean,
he getting hit in the head with champagne bottles of Rihanna.
Man, Jay-Z stabbed Lance Rivera over Charlie Baltimore.
Over bootlegging this shit. Charlie Baltimore, shout out to Art of Dialogue. Charlie Baltimore gave an interview and said that she had just got to the club and she seen this nigga on the ground bleeding like a stuffed pig because he was bootlegging albums. She gonna say the truth. 20 years later, everybody start telling the truth.
Man.
Okay, let's move on though. Dame Dash said that he wants to squash the beef. He said that he just want to talk Jay-Z man to man. They take the lawyers out of it. Dame Dash has been ostracized because he don't play the game. Shout out to Dame Dash.
Yeah,
I'm kind of zooming, man, because we went on a tangent.
Yeah.
Can you go with that boss of that shit? We're gonna get into some real life shit real quick.
Some real life shit. Let me go ahead. Let me get my Googles on. That's me doing sound effects. Okay, so let's see here. The boss of the which, you know what? I was really intrigued by this one. I had seen that one and I was like, yo, I want to see how it's going to fan out, though, because it can either go two ways. A lot of times, like, frivolous traffic stops are bogus when they just, like, result in, like, you getting, like, a bullshit stop. Sometimes frivolous traffic stops and, like, help some shit, though.
Like what? I'm not talking about anomalous situations. Like a motherfucker happy in that moment.
That's what I'm saying. But as far as like, you know what I'm saying, the revenue dollars, like people shouldn't feel like nervous driving around the end of the month. Like, damn, these cops got to get these fucking taxes.
Ain't that fucked up? But listen, this is the thing though with the frivolous. I don't mean to cut you off. Matter of fact, let's read the article real quick.
Okay.
If you have a hard time pronouncing anything, just point at it.
Middle finger. For the better part of 2020, there were calls from activists, protesters, even journalists to defund the police. The mantra became very controversial during that time, and especially around election time, where Democrats lost races and blamed the divisiveness of the call to action for souring public support. The impetus for this wave was the continued and public abuse of the murder of innocent black people. So let's skim through it here. Fortunately, according to CNN, one city has the sack to actually do something about it, or at the very least try. The city of Philadelphia is now the first major city in the United States to outright ban police officers from pulling people over for low-level traffic offenses like not having an illuminated license plate, window tint, and other minor infractions that don't necessitate a police interaction. The driving equality bill passed almost unanimously at the city council with a 14-2 vote. I want to know who those two people were. According to the report, the legislation will categorize motor vehicle violations as primary and secondary, the latter of which will no longer be called for a traffic stop. So, because studies show that black drivers are targeted for traffic stops at significantly higher rates than other groups of people. So that is a good thing. Now, shit like that, I'm all for that. Because, I mean, seriously, window tint, you need to see who in there so bad. You just nosy. Stop being nosy, man.
They said they stopped them from ringing up.
Yeah, from window tint and like your license plate light out. Because do people really know?
Not to fucking cut you off, man. My bad.
Yeah, I'm just saying, people don't know if your license plate light is off unless you got like a family member in law enforcement or somebody got stopped and they're like, yo, T, your license plate light off.
I got pulled over for that shit one time, and I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah, because that ain't something you check.
And the fucked up thing about it, you have headlights.
Yeah.
So you have headlights, you can see my fucking license plate. It fucked me up. The only reason why I like this shit, and I wish it would spread out past just that small town, is because these are black laws. Yeah. These are laws that are aimed at black people and stuff, just to find ways. And I bet you when you go back to the institution of these laws and shit, it was in the 50s maybe, you know what I'm saying? Or when colors first started getting licenses, you know what I'm saying? But I like it. I'm definitely not on board with the defund the police shit that they was trying to do. That shit was totally ignorant to me.
See, I'm all for defund the police, man.
When you say defund the police, what exactly do you mean?
Reallocate the funds. That's the problem. Marketing is bad.
When you defund them, what are you taking? What funds are you taking away?
Some shit like, you know what? Let's not give this police precinct enough money to buy a fucking tank. Because you don't need a fucking tank.
How many police precincts do you know with a tank?
I guarantee you all major cities got tanks and shit and all that shit.
They never got tanks.
Hell yes.
I don't think so.
Yes, they got the mobile command units and all this goofy
that's
shit.
That's why you got fucking National Guards and shit like that.
I done seen the mobile command unit.
The only time I've seen that shit is on Call of Duty when you get 5 stars.
Man, they got the mobile command unit. Like, I've seen it.
Okay, let's take the tank away. What else?
Okay, like when you got like look, a lot of money can be reallocated to
But I'm
things.
saying, come on, man, let's just be precise. What money are we taking away from the police? And we say reallocated. Where are we reallocated to?
Okay, we reallocated.
Because a lot of people that just talking about defend the police, they was just saying that shit was a slogan. They didn't have real.
Okay, I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
Take the money from like some of the money that's used on the armory. Some of the
you don't think they shave armory?
No, I said some of the money. Everybody don't need fucking M16s, okay? That's what you got a SWAT team for. You don't need to be riding around with that shit for, man.
Do you think just regular patrolmen be running around with M16?
Some of them do. You take the marksman shit.
Did this shit. But you saying some, you act like they on some armor. Listen, you saying some, it's a small amount.
They don't need like all the newest cars all the time. Like it's a lot of money.
You barely, listen, nigga, you always see these motherfuckers, these old ass Chargers, and they look happy to be in them old ass Chargers. I seen one of them motherfuckers in a Crown Vic.
Man, the thing is that money can be used for better training.
Man. Better training what? So for the police?
Yeah.
It ain't a training thing.
Oh, it's definitely a training thing.
It's a culture thing.
It's a culture thing, but it's also a training thing.
It's definitely not training.
Yes.
It's definitely not training.
It should be so much harder to be a cop. It took me 4 years to become a mechanical engineer.
What do you believe like should be the criteria of being a policeman?
like this. It take me 4 years to be a mechanical insulator.
No.
It take a person who worked with sheet metal 5
That's
years.
a trade though.
Yeah. So
this ain't no
if
trade,
they say it take 5 years to become a plumber, it shouldn't take 6 months to have the right to kill somebody. Hell, look how long it takes to become a lawyer.
I'm saying, what should be the criteria to be a policeman?
It should at least be like 2 years of training.
What's the criteria? What's the training though?
The training should be, you shouldn't even get a gun like the first 2 years. You should be like a shadow guy.
Where the fuck you think we had friends?
I'm just saying.
So hold on. Do you think the criminals don't got guns?
Okay.
What?
Like, this the thing here, man.
You ain't being.
Hold on.
Thinking from emotional.
No, it's not even an emotional
You
thing.
thinking from a nigga standpoint.
More cops like die and like fucking like. I want to say because I read the stats before. It's almost as many cops killed by friendly fire as by fucking getting killed by like fucking random traffic stops.
But I'm asking you this right here. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's a psychology thing. So.
People inherently scared of the police,
and that's why I can jive with your point just a tad bit. Niggas is terrified of the police.
Yes, a nigga will shoot me and you and think nothing of it.
And a policeman really can come to you without no guns and say, "Hey, stop."
And you would stop. And you like, like no.
But how much money do you think is spent on guns with the police?
I know too much money is just spent erroneously, and I would like to see that money. I think.
Okay. Where would you like it allocated to?
I think that they should have. Because a police has too much power because they supposed to be a psychiatrist, the judge, the jury, the executioner. I think that it should be like an unarmed like therapist and like.
You said it should be what?
Like a therapist there. So that way when somebody say like, yo, it should be no such thing as suicide by cop. That shouldn't be a thing. I think
Hold on now, you gonna blame the policeman because the motherfucker come out bucking at them and shit.
Sometimes you ain't even got a buck. You know how many people get fucking shot by the cop with a knife? Or a bat or a baton?
No.
Yes. It's a lady I'm thinking about right now who got murdered in Chicago. She answered her door with a knife. They was at the wrong house.
Why is she coming to the door with a knife?
Because you beating on the motherfucking door in Chicago.
What did she think being that she's in Chicago and she know how Chicago niggas get down, what was she gonna do with that knife?
I mean you want to have something though.
My thing is, man, I agree with this shit. The city taking these precautions to prevent the grossly inflated black people getting killed type shit. But it's something that is what people would deem as minor and I think is major. Real quick, we're going to touch upon Henry Ruggs, a football player in the second year playing for the Las Vegas Raiders out of Alabama. A pretty decent football player who I thought was only going to get better. I think only going to get better. Was recently charged with a DUI that resulted in death. He was drunk, they say. And I don't know any information about the victim. It was a fiery crash that happened. They got video footage of it. I didn't watch the video because I don't like seeing shit like that.
Yeah, I don't like this.
But he killed somebody, and I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I imagine he's done for the rest of this year. He's going to get some drunk classes and take off next year. He'll be back in action. Going to face a hell of a lawsuit. All this just happened today. It's going to be more, I'm sure, that is going to come out. But it's some terrible shit, man.
I think, like, man, you gotta take your ass to prison for that shit, man.
You think you should go to the joint?
Yeah, because it's 2021, man. They got so much ride sharing shit, man. Get your ass an app, bruh. Stop saying like
What if this is his first time?
Sometimes you don't get a mistake though. Like some mistakes you can't undo. That person can't get that loved one back, man. All because your selfish ass was like, I got it. You clearly didn't have it. Now I'm not one of the people that blame the bartender and all this shit, but I, as a person who can drive slightly inebriated, you know when you.
That's what the fuck he said. I can drive slightly inebriated.
Yeah, but clearly you could know.
That's how you can't till you don't.
No, because the times I done had a few drinks, it made me like, oh shit, I don't want to go to jail for drunk driving. I might be driving 10 miles an hour. So if I get you, you gonna just slap the hood of the car.
For driving 10 hours.
That's what I'm saying. You gonna slap the hood of the car. The fuck you doing? Making sure I don't kill nobody. Like no, man, come on. Some shit can be avoided. It's 2021.
So are you advocating driving drunk but safe drunk?
I think that the criteria for that should be changed too, because like Juvie like the size of Javon. You a big ass person.
So you say Juvie can't handle a beer?
No, I'm saying that 3 beers could have a different effect on you than it do Juvie.
But when they do alcohol content, I'm sure it's based on your body composition, though, right?
What they do is they look for a certain level, which make it bogus. Cause like,
but what if you're a bigger person when they
no, they look for a certain level, and I'm like, that's not fair, cause people bodies is different, so they gotta find a way to do that. But if you go out here and you drinking and driving and you take a life, like if it's your first offense and you fuck up some cars, I'm like, all right, hey, slap them on the wrist. But if you fucking kill somebody by accident, like that motherfucking Alec Baldwin shit, I don't think he should go to jail. I do think he a dumb fuck for letting somebody just hand him a gun and shooting it. But the person,
that's kind of weird to me.
The person who was responsible for loading and unloading that gun, you gotta go sit down for that, man. And I'm not even a big proponent of going to jail, but some shit you just can't get on my bed.
I don't know how true it is, but they said that she had a tweet where she made mention that she had the secret about the Clintons. And she was going, you ain't see that?
Oh, nah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think accidents like that happen.
Because Jeffrey Wright, I heard him on the radio today, and he was like, man, like, okay, so as a union member, no, he wasn't. But he was just talking about, because they interviewed him and Ray Liotta. And, you know, like, when you in the union, you try to stick up for people. But they stuck up for him back, but showed distance. They was like, yo, we sorry that happened. But they was like, really, it shouldn't have happened. Because they was like, no matter who loads the gun, Alec Baldwin as the actor should have been like, yo, show me that it's unloaded. Put the flashlight inside the barrel. Put the flashlight inside the chamber. Unchamber. This is shit that I teach my kids. My kids know if you pick up a gun, first thing you do is don't take nobody's word for it. People human. And you can't get that person back, man. That's somebody's daughter who gone because somebody was a dumb fuck. So somebody should go to jail for that, man.
So back to Henry Ruggs, man.
Yeah. Henry Ruggs, take your ass to jail too, man. Cause you know,
free Henry.
Oh man, sit your ass down.
What if you?
What?
I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna put some sauce on it. What if the person who died in another car comes out that he was a child molester?
Okay. The only way I can say
no, if he's a child molester, you gotta fucking
still Henry. You can't be causing fiery crashes, man.
What if the dude was a child molester who was fucking children?
I mean, then he.
Do you think he deserved it?
Look.
No. If you fuck a 4-year-old, then should you die in a car crash on 5? Should you die in a car crash on 5?
If Henry can say he did it on purpose, like, yo, man.
Even if it's an accident.
I was on the Watch Dogs app and I saw his face and I was like, got him. Wellman voice. I'm like, you know what?
Ain't that freak?
Yes, I can see it then, but other than that, though, bro, come on, man. You out here causing fiery car crashes, man. Like, that's just bogus, man. Like, that means you super fucked up.
Look, man, I was going to touch on this Colin Kaepernick shit.
Yeah,
Colin Kaepernick has a show on Netflix. I want to take the time where we all can at least watch the first episode, then revisit this and talk about it.
Okay.
Shout out to Marius. Marius told me I should watch it. He said I won't get through an episode because he know me. So I'm going to take his advice for it and watch half an episode and come back here like I watched everything next week.
I can't even watch the half episode after seeing that quote.
I mean, but we're going to talk about it. I'd rather talk with a full house.
Okay, because that's a bogus ass quote, though. So be
he's
sure to turn in next
week.
week.
Wrapping it up. You got anything you want to say in closing? You got any comedy shows with fights coming up?
Considering I just turned 40 last month, I hope I don't have any fights coming up.
Cause threw me off, nigga. I'm about to say happy birthday, man. I didn't know.
Like, I hope I don't have any fights coming up. And as far as comedy shows, you know, I keep the fucking scene at work kind of cool and jovial, but not
they
on
be
the
scared
professional
because you from Chicago, you got dreadlocks, and you dark skin.
Pretty much.
They don't want to laugh, nigga. Ain't shit funny.
Shouts out to Julie, man. I miss his little
Him and Corey sit over like schoolgirls giggling.
Yeah. Shouts out to Mr. GQ Fresh. Dollar Store Fresh and shit, man. What's up, Dollar Store? Dollar Store Fresh. Oh, man.
I'm playing that part. I'm making a clip of that.
Oh, shit, man. Like, real shit. Man, Corey, I wish you could see me because I thought you was going to be here today. I threw on the fucking exclusive Nike tech for you. This ain't the Nike that you get from the boosters and shit.
Is it them Jordan, the last Jordans came out?
Yeah, these the number 36s and shit.
Them motherfuckers look way better in person than they do on TV. Like on the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what? And they gonna come out in different colors. I like
Omar, shout out to Omri Toppin from New York in the dunk contest. He had on some cold ones. Check them out.
I'm gonna have to check them out, man.
Them the first time I've seen them motherfuckers in person, though, man. I have no idea, man.
Yeah, and his new shoes is so fucking comfortable, though, man.
Yeah.
That was
But really, it was. But you know what? I'm not gonna miss my opportunity to mention this. Corey, this nigga said he got cute for you. Corey, this nigga literally said he just got dressed for you.
Okay, I did say that, but that's because that's Mr. GQ Fresh. So Steel Sharp and Steel. I wanted to see what he was gonna motherfucking put up. I thought Corey was gonna be here.
With you niggas, you niggas want to see what he had on.
Yeah, that was so fresh.
We're gonna stop while we're ahead.
Man, look, when you look, I ain't been in the gym. You been in the gym. I'm like, yo, I got to get back on my gym grizzly, man, because I am motivated by the success of other people. I'm not a hater. That's just how I roll.
So that nigga slacks was gonna make you get your slack game up.
Oh nah, man, nah, because when Jay-Z wore the button ups, I'm like, bro, that's not me. I'm just a dingy big t-shirt wearing person. Like that was me, man. I'm from the slums and the trenches and shit. Like,
I'll guarantee you, if I go back to 03, you got some nice ass button ups on. Whether it was dingy or not, you got your dingy ass button up on, oversized and everything. You got
oversized, like kind of like flamboyant, big collar shirt.
Like you ain't never been to court, but you got to go today.
I mean, it was probably like a 2X and shit. You know what I'm saying? All big and had on some fucking size.
So you was a BDC going too. You was a BDC going button ups.
Everybody was, man. We not gonna act like real quick. Jay-Z ain't make nobody fucking famous too, man. Like
he ain't make nobody famous.
Yeah, man. He gave Myth Bleak a little shine.
He made Myth Bleak famous. We wouldn't knew Myth Bleak if it was so. That just nullify everything you fucking said.
But Myth Bleak ain't famous though like
he's
that.
He's not famous as fucking Kanye, but he's famous. You know Memphis Bleak. You fucking sitting around in Indianapolis, Indiana, you talking about Memphis Bleak. You gonna tell me the nigga not famous? How in the fuck you think you met Memphis Bleak before, nigga? The nigga famous. You talking about him?
I'm just saying, like I look at it like, to me, the greatest thing that Wayne did was he made a Drake and he made a Nicki. Yeah. That's why I say Gucci is the most influential rapper, like, of the last generation, because everything can be traced back to Gucci. All Southern rap. It all reverts back to Gucci. You can trace from Young Thug to the Migos.
Young Thug definitely tried to lure Wayne his way into the world. Come on, don't do that.
Yeah, but he came through Gucci.
Pause.
Yeah, that's a good pause moment. Lil Baby came through Young Thug. So, like, trace that shit back to Goo-Wop, man.
Hey, fantastic show. Jeremy on stage at Helium this weekend. we ain't lying. Jeremy be on stage at Helium. I got to fight this weekend.
Nigga punch.
Hey, listen, I'm glad you said that last week. I'm going to get a show. Shout out to everybody who rock with us. Shout out again to Jason. And Juvie.
It's the boy, Jason Ritchie. I wish he was here. I sit next to him, and I love when he do that shit, man. So God bless, and don't get them white folks shot in Chicago.
Nigga punch. Thanks everybody for tuning into another edition of the best podcast you never heard of, Casino Nobody, episode 182. Jeremy and I. Catch y'all next week.